Stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I'm so happy to be here with you today. So I have lots to share with you, and we're going to start off right now with just mini catalogs celebration. So this is really an exciting time when we have January and February, because every $60 you spend, you get free merchandise. And I tell you, this year, it is so awesome. I love it. So one of my favorite times. Look at these cute little seagulls. Oh my God. Oh, if you have not had a chance, look online for all these cute seagulls. They're beautiful. I love that. This beautiful fresh freesia ribbon is out. People are going wild over Pick the Season. And this photo Palmer set about a tree, and then you can add different parts of the country to it, where it's looks like they have flowers and hearts and Easter eggs. And it's so cute. I love that. Look at these. They have Dance With Me. Wow. I love that. Oh, God. This paper. Oh, I did last week's sketching with this paper. It's fabulous. Everybody's coming out with this. This is a bundle. And you have to spend, I think it's $120. Yes, $120. And you can get both of these. It's a stamp set with a die cut. Oh, I just got it. I'm so excited to give it a try. Then my next thing that we are using today is Corner in Bloom. And it's all these beautiful corner type stamps. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to go to the back of this, because I think that this is absolutely fabulous for anybody who would love to join. Whether you join and start a business, or whether you want to join to get discounts, or you want to be able to, be the person who everybody comes to, where you can have a party and share with people. But Stampin' Up really didn't hear me say that. But this is wonderful, because when you join during celebration, okay, you can get a starter kit and choose up to $125 for $99. And that includes free shipping. Plus, you'll get to choose one of two bonuses. Now, the bonuses are included on the side, and the bonus is this handmade design, and it is just really cute with 2 additional Stampin' Right, or they're Stampin' Right, but I think they're markers. And you get a chance to choose between all the different markers, and you get 2 of those. This is an addition of about $91. And then you have number 2, which your choice is an additional $30 in products. So it's up to you. And if you are interested in having, being under somebody, you can come and I'll help you out. So this is fabulous. I think that you should take a look. If you need me to send you a digital copy, let me know. Today we are using a lot of stuff throughout the mini catalog, and this is just fabulous. Again, remember, we got this coming out, and you spend $60, you get some beautiful stuff. And a couple of things that we are using today. I think, there it is, the Floral Delight. Love this. All this beautiful paper. Oh! Now I have to tell you, I happen to dream of stamping, and I've been dreaming of what I call this floating stamp, and I do not know exactly what it is, but today we are doing floating and layering. And I had this fabulous dream about how to make this card that I have been dreaming of. And then Tammy White comes out with the card. I do not understand. I have everything all cut. Everything was ready to go. I was just waiting for the right time. And her card looks a lot like mine. So when you see it today, just know that I had all these cut. And I don't know when she did hers, but I had mine cut just as soon as I saw all this beautiful paper. And I just waited a little bit too long. One thing that you can't see is, look at all these cute little bees, or maybe they're butterflies. They're bees, I think. Let me find out for sure so I can, yes, they're bee trinkets. They're so sweet. They're just like itsy bitsy tiny. I did not use any of those on my cards today. But anyway, enough of all that. It's time for us to get going. Our sketch today comes from stampinpretty.com. And I love this because I saw this and I've been looking for the last 2 weeks for this floating, what I call floating card, and this just came right my way. I do not know how I found it, but anyway, I got this. So one of the first cards that we are going to make today from this floating is this card. And I love it because not only does it use some of the Serene Love, and these were on sale last 2 weeks, 2 weeks before, but these are still available. And this is Designer Series paper, and this is Night of Navy. Look at how beautiful that is. So I just took, this is part of the corner. I'll get out everything so you can see. This is part of the corner bloom. And what I did was that I went from this side. I wanted the flower all the way down here. And what I did was I took my stamp, and what did I just do with those? Oh, I came with a whole bunch of, how did I just lose those? I came with a whole bunch of Post-it. I mean, I had a whole pack of pink Post-it. Oh boy, I can't believe me. And because I need the Post-its. And what I did, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well. There's a part of the corner, and it goes to right about here. Let me see if I can take this off. You can see it any better. Okay, from this flower all the way over here, I took a Post-it right on this flower, and I stamped this up, and then I took this part off, and then I took my marker and just markered this little area in here, and then I just stamped one straight line on a piece of white. And I don't know if you can see, I do have some marks on the side, but that's the way that I just wanted one straight line that just matched this paper, and I felt like that did the best. So I hope you understand what I did, because I only did it once because I didn't want to spend my whole time cutting on this video. So we have that. And then I have mixed labels, which are in the new designer or new catalog. And I am going to try to figure out if I can find them pretty fast. But honestly, I cannot remember where I got these from. Oh, I know they're in one of these. And I'm looking really fast, but I may have to, oh my goodness. Wishing. Love this. Nope, they're not in this one. Okay, well, I guess I can't figure out what I did with the bundle. But this came with a bundle. Oh, I know! It's online! It's one of the products that I got online. And it came with... Oh, my goodness. It came with the mixed florals, the mixed labels. There's some designer series paper that goes with it. There's also some, I think some ribbon. There's some accents. That's where it came from. So it came from that. Then I have, let me stay focused. I have the designer series paper of here it is. Beautiful Serene Love. And this is the wonderful Night of Navy. This is more of a background where this is, or a white background where this is a blue. And you have stripes. We have the, I think this is Lost Lagoon. We have Lost Lagoon on it. And then we have Old Olive, and I'll check to make sure. And there's just some really great sheets on here. Absolutely love them. Now, if you ever just wonder what they are, they're Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Old Olive. So that's what I used on this. Okay, and then I used, okay, You're Pretty Wonderful. And I did that on the inside. And then look at the corner. Here's another part of the corner stamp set. It is this one right here, I think. Yep. It's that one. And this is SAB, you guys. This is, I mean, what a beautiful stamp set this is. I love it. Then I also use some flat adhesive-backed pearls. Put those on for accent. I have my Night of Navy. So this is a monochromatic card. And then I have everything here. Except for my, as Susan Campfield would say, found it. I found that. So then we have that. So we can use it. All right. So I've already done some stamping. And I leave this till last. So I stamped the bottom. And then I'm going to put it on hold. Then I also... Oh, I was going to do this right in front of you. Hold on a minute. I forgot I was going to do this part on camera. That's pretty scary. All right, this first one, we're going to cut off 2 inches at the bottom. All right, so we've lined everything up. And then we're going to cut off 2 inches. Now, I want to talk about a tip that I heard the other day that I felt was absolutely fabulous. And I want to share it with you. I have always, when you get the trimmer, you get 2 of these little trimmers. One is score, so the light is score, and the dark is cut. So I have a friend of mine who puts the score first, because if you happen to pull on that without realizing that you wanted to score instead of cut, then you would automatically score first and it would not hurt your paper. Whereas if this was first, you would cut your paper when you wanted to score. So I have changed mine to make sure that my score is first and then my cut is second on my trimmer. Now you can see that I am not bird walking back. This already has a fold in it. So what I'm going to do right now is that I am going to guess, let's turn it this way, guess, so short line in, because we've already cut off 2. I'm going to line this right up on 2 inches because I want my top piece 2 inches and the bottom piece that I already cut off 2 inches. And that's going to leave about 1 1/4 inches that I'm going to cut off. So I'm just lining up this score line right on the 2 inch. Turn it over, and it's going to end up, it's going to line up pretty much so it's almost flush on the back side. So now I'm going to cut that. So that gives me my 2 pieces that will float. Okay? So that's what we're going to do with our first one. So now we are going to bird walk back. And we are going to put this in the middle of where we would like it to be. And then we're going to line this piece up where we think it's going to be at the bottom. And then we're going to close the lid. Now from here, we are going to take our ink and our stamp, and that's where we are going to do our stamping. So we are stamping to our insert piece of thick basic white. And then I just stamp that on the inside. So now we can adhere that down. Now, reason I like to do that, I'll show you. This is what I did on my first one. That blob would be right where I would stamp at. So I like to make sure that, and this is without camera. Most of the time I do this with camera. So when I did this, I wanted to make sure that if I needed another piece of cardstock, I would have to do all this all over again. So that's one of the reasons that I like to do this. And that one turned out perfect. So now we can insert this. So when you are using these corner stamps, please make sure that you look, because you're going to have to use a bigger stamp. You want to look at the corners to find out if you have one of those great big blobs on the side, because most of us, when we're using a bigger stamp, we will rock the clear blocks, and that's when you get your smudge. So you want to be careful of that. So now we got our 2 pieces, and then we have our 3rd piece, and I just cut this down. Remember, all the measurements are on my blog, www.ktstamps.com. So now we are just going to, let's take a breath. Let's go ahead and add this onto our Night of Navy. And then I'm just kind of, I got some loose ends that you can see where the adhesive is, and I'm just tucking them behind. All right, so now I'm just taking this, and when I did the adhering, I just made sure that it adhered mostly close to the inside. So some of these feel like they are floating just a little bit. Okay? So now I'm going to leave that just like that. I'm going to add, look at this. Isn't this just fun on the other side? Oh, I love stuff like that. Oh, so I'm getting a little carried away, pulling a little bit too hard on my paper. And I was thrown back just a little bit. I couldn't find anything, so I don't know. You guys, I get all ready for all these videos, and I make sure that I am doing a great job, and then all of a sudden everything just goes to hell in a handbasket. So it's like sometimes I have to relax myself so I can speak and give you the best experience possible. All right, so right now we're going to line everything up, and then I've taught you this before. I'm going to take 2 of these because this is going to be the easiest way. Put them on the side, and then I have lined up the bottom. I have lined up the bottom that I cut off, the 2 inches that I cut off on the bottom, and then I have the top ready. So now all I'm going to do is, you can either cover the flowers so it's like a surprise, which is I'm going to do, or you can let the flowers show on the bottom. It's up to you. But what I want to do is that I want to put this right at the bottom of my Night of Navy cardstock. And then I'm going to flip that up just a little bit and put this right at the, oops, it moved. Right at the bottom of my Night of Navy cardstock. And let me show you this. So it's right at the bottom of this one, and then right at the top of this one. So now when I pull this off, I will know where to add my adhesive. So on the top part, I'm going to pull right to here, and on the bottom part, I do not want to go over this. So I'm just going to give myself 2 at the bottom. So now when I go to put this back, my top piece, I am going to line up I'm going to have to just find this, and on my bottom piece, let me pull this one off. I don't know if I can pull. I got too many flowers showing. Okay. There's this. And then there's this. This one's down a little bit. Let me see how that turned out. There you go. And now we have our flap. And you get a surprise when you open it. I love that. I thought that was fabulous. All right, so we can use those again. So now I'm just going to bring this out, and I hope you understood that. That just gives you an idea of how far can you use your adhesive. And I may, oh yes, I don't think, you can't see the back of my adhesive at all on this. That's what I like. So on this one then, we are just gonna use our beautiful flathead pearls. And I'm just putting them on my flower where you can see the middle. Yep, popped it off there. So I have 3 right here. And then I took 2 and just put it underneath here. And our card is done. And this is, I've always known this as a floating card, but I guess now it's called a floating and layer card. Whatever it is, it just gives you a place to, you know, have an opening and different ways you can open your card. So you can either have something that you can post on the inside and see it both as you close it and open it, or it can be cut in different directions. And next week I am going to use this again, and I am going to do a couple of different things with it. So we're going to use the same sketch again next week. So there you go. You can take a picture of this or a screenshot. I think it's fabulous. I really like it a lot. So that's our first card that we did. Takes a little time to do this. Now our second card, you will think that I copied from Tammy White. Oh, you guys, I have been waiting for this. I've been searching the internet like crazy for 1, the sketch, 2, what is the name of the card? So this is the card that I did. And I'm going to do it a little bit different because I didn't really like this showing on the side. So I'm going to put it in the back, but I'm not going to put anything on the back. So if you want to do so, please make sure that you do. Okay, but I'm not going to do that today. And this is done with our Delightful Wishes bundle. Sweet. It's so sweet. And we are using the die cuts. And this die cut is from the Lemon Lolly. This die cut is cut in the Peach Pie. I have this leaf, and I added a little stroke line on it from, I think it was, yeah, it was Mossy Meadow. And then I use these cutouts, which are at the bottom, which are really nice, in Daffodil Delight and Old Olive. So that's what I did with those. Love these. I just think these are beautiful. Then this absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is called the Floral Delight. And oh man, all these different yellows. And I think it comes with Daffodil Delight ribbon. I mean, these are just, to me, they're beautiful. Look at this gingham. Oh my goodness. Lots of different, and I think Pool Party is involved. There's the Old Olive. We have some, I think this is pumpkin or pecan pie. But look at all these beautiful colors that you can use. They are just, to me, they're absolutely beautiful. So again, this is a must get out of the new catalog. And it is on page 34. I think it starts. It starts on 33 through 37. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So I really like that. I think I'm going to do next week's with the same cardstock. And then you have this fabulous vellum. And I think it's called Floral and Gingham Vellum. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Look at these. This is what we're using today. Look at this. Oh, I love it. And then we have a darker blue. I think this is Balmy Blue and Lolly, Lemon Lolly, and Old Olive. Oh, and it's Daffodil Delight, and Pool Party's in there too. So it isn't, it's Pool Party, not Balmy Blue. Oh, love this. Love it. All right, so we're gonna get everything out. I've already cut everything, but my dimensions are different. So we have that. All right, so let me see what I need. Put that away. I did a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it very much, but I have some sparkle on here, some Stella is what I put on there, and then some iridescent pearl basic jewels. So I cut everything because I knew that I was going to run over a little bit on the first one. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything cut. So this is cut at 1 3/4 instead of the 2 that I did on the other page. This is what the inside, so this is what our inside looks like. Happy birthday. So I have wishing you a happy birthday. And then some of the designer series paper at the bottom. And this one I layered twice. So that's how I did that. And I will put all this together so you can see. Now I'm going to give it the friend insert. And again, remember that is small amount of tape on 5 parts of your card. So then if you want to change this out, you have the opportunity to do so. So now we are going to take all our layers, and we have layers on top of layers. So we have our designer series paper, the Floral Delight, and we are going to put that on Old Olive. And they're cut so they have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And then we're going to put them on top of the peach pie. So that's what we did. Our first one is done. So now we have these coming on, and I always start and do my smallest to my largest. That's how I put everything together. And I am not a very good straight person when I'm adding all my layers on. They're usually crooked. One of those type of people that it's the hardest part is putting things on straight versus putting them on crooked. So I could do crooked great. I try to line them up either on the side or on the top where they're even, but the opposite corner is what I missed. Whether I'm lining it over here and over here, this is the corner I usually forget about. Oh, just one of those things. So now, I also brought out my Terran tape. And I'm just going to put that on the bottoms, well, the top of one of my card, and then the bottom of my top, and then the top of my bottom piece. Because with this, it's going to flip open quite a bit, and I want to make sure that it has some great adhesiveness to it. And then I'm bringing out my piece of vellum. And this is the Floral and Gingham. So the first piece, all I'm going to do is add that on. Lining up the corners and just pressing across. So that's what I have as far as this goes. So now on my next one, I'm going to take this off. And this is where, if you are someone who likes to have things done proper and the way it should be, you're going to want to put another piece on the back here to cover this. I'll do it, or my friends just know that when I mail out cards to them that I'll just, it's made by me. So there you go. And this is a little bit flimpy. It doesn't matter. What concerns me is that if you put another piece up here, sometimes it makes it harder to close the card, but I think it's up to you. I think, as a heart doctor once told me, you do you. I like that. On this, I didn't like it when he was telling me to do me when I'm asking questions about what I should do about my heart. But that's what he did. So I got this. All right, you can see through this just a little bit, but once it has a little bit of fluff to it, you won't see it. Now, I'm missing one piece of cardstock. Oh, jeez. Okay, got to be able to put my flowers on something. And somewhere, somehow, I have lost my white piece. Okay. Well, you know what? I have a little piece out here that I am just going to use. I think I need to chop it down just a little bit. Let me see. So I need it to be 1.5 by 3 1/4. So hold on again, being that I don't have this. So I'm just going to use this on here. So I have my Lolly Lemon. And then on these, a good thing for you to do is put your adhesive sheet on the back and then die cut these out. And they're a lot easier to take off. And I think that it is one of the smartest things to do. It usually pulls off all the little layers that you have. And then you're able to figure out exactly where do you want or how do you want to put this on your card. So there we go. That's one. I'm going to take off the outside, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of glue because I wanted to make sure that you also, were able to see how I also created this with glue if you don't have any adhesive sheets and you wanted to put it on and the only thing you had was some green glue. I'm going to go ahead and add some green glue to this area that I did not use it on. And that's what you do with this. Just put a little bit of green glue there. And then we're just going to try to figure out where do we want to put this. And I don't know what the trick is about this whole thing. So I just find out where I can get the best seal at and just go with it. And it looks different every single time. So I have that. Then I have 2 little leaves. And all I'm going to do with the little leaves, I didn't want to stamp, but I just wanted them to have kind of like a center to them. The other one I used the flare, but I really like the fine point. You can see the difference between the two. That one almost looks like it could have been stamped on. So now I'm going to take this, and this isn't going to matter now where you place this, so you really don't need to have this, but I'm going to put it on here anyway so you can see. So this is going to be the top. When I pull it off, then I will only put adhesive on this spot. And I just doubled it. And then when I put it back on, I'm going to line this bottom up with the peach. And then when I take it off, it still floats. You can see that it floats, okay? Even though it's a little bit on the crooked side. So now with this, I'm just going to turn it over, and I know that all I'm going to do is put it down below. There you go. And now I can open and close. And this is just a floating layer with just vellum. Vellum is great to have in here, whether it's clear or colored, it's the best. So just go ahead and do what you like to do. Again, you do you. Love that. All right, so now we're going to get out a couple of dimensionals. We're going to put these on. I'm going to put one up towards the top and then one up towards the bottom. And then I am just going to take these, and this is from an old roll. And they are just mini glue dots. And I'm just going to add them down below. And there's lots of space in there, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm going to slide it right in so you can't see as much of the pumpkin pie. There we go. So then I have that. All right, so then next we are just going to take, this is our Stella, and I am going to, most of the time I use my clear block for this. Just grab a clear one because it's a little bit out of steam. So now I have a little bit of the Stella, and I'm just going to color this on. And it is darker than it is on my other card. Yeah, there you go. This is a pretty dry Stella, so we needed to get some of this moving towards the bottom. And I may put some just on the leaves. And there's the second one. And you can see I still have some of the Wink of Stella down below. And then all you do is take a Kleenex or a baby wipe and wipe it off. So that's what I do. So there is everything, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'll just bring in my Kleenex and give it a wipe. And then we'll just close this up. So now the next thing that I have is that I decided to change this. So I'm going with the wishing down at the bottom, or on top of the, and this is the Daffodil Delight on top of the Old Olive. This one was the Daffodil Delight on the bottom with the Old Olive on top. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to turn this over, and then we're going to bring in a Dauber, and we're going to also just bring in our green glue. I put a great big dot at the top, and then all I'm going to do is give it a nice little dab. And again, remember, you don't have to have a lot, and it's going to stick on top of our wishing background. And all I'm doing is just putting it on so it lines up nicely with this. So you can still see the background. And by adding just a little bit of the glue at the top and then sponging it on, that's pretty easy to do. But you want to make sure that you don't bounce that all around. You still have some left, and then it will get some of this, and you will need to add more. You want to do it just in the crucial spots that may fly up. You don't have to do it all over. And I'll show you once I'm done what I mean by that. And this is a lot easier to be able to put glue on than the detailed wishing. And this is what this looks like. Now I know that the sketch said put it up here, but I really did like it down here. I thought that it looked really classy down at the bottom, and you can draw your eye to it right now and see all the beautiful flowers. See, these have a little bit of sparkle in them. Okay, so that's all I did. I did it as easy as I could. And then our last thing that we will do is that we are going to add some pearls. And I have one pearl that I'm going to add here. I'm adding on top of my eye. So they're getting stuck on my fingers. And then I'm taking some of my bigger pearls. Oh, here's one more. We're just going to throw up here. And then I'm just adding them right in the middle of my flower. Now, one thing you need to know about these pearls, they are on the going away list. So I have to say that they are letting go a lot of my favorite stuff on the last chance. And they're from the online exclusives. And they're not bringing back a lot of the online exclusives. So if you like the online exclusives, really important that you get out there and you check those out and you get those, because they are going away fast. And I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to get them. Lots of some of the really great stamps are going away. So sad about that. But I also know that they've been around for quite a while too. So a lot of the Christmas stamps, a lot of the masks that went with the Christmas stamps. I'm really sad about stuff that's going away, because a lot of my favorite stuff comes from the online exclusives. So please make sure that you check that out. So I added a little more. You can see that this has just a little more bling in it. I love the bling. So these are our cards that we made today. Oh, let's go with this one. I hope you like them. And I hope that you take time to give me a great big shout out with your likes, your subscribes. So like these on my Facebook page, like them on my YouTube, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I love what I'm doing. And I know I'm not one of those big old name people, but I really love the fact that we all work together as a family. And that I have so many family members in this organization. Very, very lucky. Forgot to say that this was Stampin' Right, and it is mellow, it's mossy meadow. And if you would like to be part of us, please, please, please get a hold of me. Let me know, and I will help you out as much as I can to get you going, or just to do whatever it is that I can help you do. So you guys, this has been great. Tomorrow is Throw the Dice Thursday, so I do that every 2 weeks. This I do every week. Please feel free to case this. This exact sketch will be on next week, and I have 2 more different cards that I want to share with you as far as that type of sketch goes. So please come on back, and again, enjoy whatever you're doing. And if I can help you get excited about stamping and greeting cards and being part of the Stampin' Up family, I will do that for you. So take care, everybody. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.